So what we're going to do first is we're going to do the key data two different ways. Tim, you've already hit upon. We'll do this here. All right. Make a little table. Just to keep for reference. Okay. So, what are you guys getting for an average number of keys per person? 4? Does it come out exactly?
No.
Ish. 4.06. Call it 4. 4 keys per person. 4. Now, the problem with averages, just so you know, is the solution is 4. Okay. And friends, what was the sum of the keys? When you added it all up?
130.
130, and then divided by, looks like, what?
32.
32 of them. There we go. There we go. I want to put an ish here. Because it's close, right? It's close. So, it's 4, but there's a unit that goes with that. It's keys per person, right? So, could we have done the key thing like we did the lollipops thing? You could have, right? I could have had a little bucket by the door and said, as you come in, take your keys out, take them off the ring, and just throw them in the bucket. And have everybody do that. Everybody do that. That'd be awesome, wouldn't it? We try to get home. And then we take the bucket, and he's like, no, it wouldn't be awesome. Then we dump it out, and we make 32 little individual piles. And each pile would have like, what, 3.96 keys. And the person gets a little tiny piece at the end and can't start their car. But that's the idea, right? That's how many keys we'd have on average per person. If this person that had 8 gave half of their keys to that 0 down there, then they both have 4. And then if this 7 took 3 of their keys and gave 3 to that 0, and then this 7 took 3 of their keys and gave 1 to that person who now has 4, and maybe gave 2 to this one who now has 3. You see what we're doing here? And eventually, at the end of the day, you'd see a bunch of almost 4s in that column. And that's what an average is. It's, once again, that sharing of resources, if resources were keys. Which is a silly example, but at least it was data to get really quickly. Fair? Awesome. How about a median?
So, same. 4.5.
Look at it. It comes out to be 4.5, doesn't it? Because this is exactly 32 data points. And I put them in order for you, even though I put the wrong class in order. Apologies, Stacy. But you've got an even number of data points, so it would be halfway between the 16th and 17th data point. The 16th is 4, the 17th is 5, call it 4.5. Call it the halfway point. 4.5 keys. It's okay to be 4.5 keys. It's totally fine. You could have an average of 4.5. This was just closer to 4, right? Yeah, you could have an average of 4.5 keys. That means each of you has 4 keys and a half of a key. That caused the great, back in 1990, the Census Bureau released a report. There are 2.5 children per average in a household family. And again, depending on how you define an average household, people got upset with 2.5 children. What the hell is 2.5 children? I said, settle down. It just means there's 5 kids for every 2 families. You with me so far, right? Or 10 kids for every 4 families. Split them however you want, but it averages down to 2.5 per. We're chuckling, trying to vision half a child. Very nice, very nice. Good. We have a mode? We've got at least one, don't we? Is there just one? We have one that rises above? Yeah, look at all those 5s, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Almost a third. Almost a third. Just so you know, the mode is 5. The 10 doesn't get indicated by the mode. It's what you use to get the mode. Is anything else even close? There's 6 4s. Yeah, 6 4s, bunch of 4s, bunch of 4s. Some statisticians will call it bimodal because of that, but I mean the 5s is just eclipsing it. It might be interesting in the next class. I'll look at all those 2s though, and the 4s though. 5, 6, 7 4s. 5, 6, 7 2s. Bimodal. Boom. 2 and 4. Pretty awesome. How about 3s? 5, 6 3s. Almost trimodal. Arguably trimodal. Goofy, huh? Goofy. Wow. Now, you got time for this? Maybe. Maybe we'll just start this and send you home thinking about it. This is raw data. The problem is you very often get it like that. Can we extract, and we will start this first thing on Wednesday because you're all starting to look like, it's like implied drool at this point. It's like the glaze with the implied drool, like you want to get the hell out of here. And plus, we can't do this in 5 minutes. You can't do it justice in 5 minutes. Can we get the same numbers from this data that we could from raw data? What do you think? Gut feelings?
No.
I hear no, and I also saw some nods yet. Give me why no, Tiffany or Stacy or both of you. Give me why no.
It's too vague.
Just find vague.
It's not exact.
That is true, isn't it? That's true. The problem we have is, here's 0 to 2. Number of keys we had with us. Number of keys, right? Number of keys. 7 of us had between 0 and 2 keys. 19 of us had between 3 and 5. And what is that? 7 of us, again, no, 6 of us had between 6 and 8. How many 6s? How many 8s? How many 7s? That's lost, isn't it? That gets lost. Good. So why am I asking this? Can we get anything from this?
Yes.
Can we get anything from this chart? We can. We can. As a matter of fact, we can get 2 of them very quickly. Let's hold the average till next time. What's the mode based on this chart? Good. I heard 2 correct answers. I heard 3 to 5, and I also heard 4. I will accept either answer. Either answer. The mode for grouped data. The mode for grouped data. I'll take either 3 to 5, or we'll take 4. 4 being the middle of that range. And we'll come back to that on Wednesday as well. I will take either of that for mode. I love that. How about median? What would you call the median of that data set?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Or 3 to 5, maybe 4. For this one, I'd like to have one number. Why 4? Because it's well, that's kind of the mode though, isn't it? I love that. Thank you, Danielle. She's pointing, it's the highest bar. But the highest bar would imply the mode, right? So what does the median imply again?
The middle.
The middle, when you do what with it?
Take all the data.
Take all the data and do what with it?
Range order.
Put it in order. So the median would be in the middle of that, correct? Where's the middle of that? And I should be swinging this camera back over here. It's looking at nothing. There we go. Sorry, YouTube world. Look at this curve right there.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Bar.
Say that again.
It's centered both ways.
Tell me why, John. John's claim is that that is the center if we arrange and put them over. Go ahead.
Because they're already placed in order, and then between 3 to 5 is the highest bar, but it's also dead center.
So I love that. There's a couple ways you can think about this. This is roughly bell-shaped data. We'll come back to that on Wednesday as well. What we had to do when we had the actual raw data listed out was go find the 16th and 17th spot and then figure out halfway between them. We can do that here. This is the bottom 7, and this is the top 6. So if this is the bottom 7, you see why it's the bottom 7?
Yeah.
Because it's 0 to 2, right? It's small. And I don't know what they are, but they are the bottom ones, correct? So chop those off, and chop these off. So you've got what? You've got the 19 left in the middle. Somewhere in that bar is the center of the entire data set, because the smallest one here is the 8th, and the top one up here is the 14th. No, not the 14th, the 24th. 32 minus 6 is 26. Good Lord. What did I say? The 8th and the 26th. So somewhere in there is the 16th and 17th you have to find the middle of, right? So just call it 4, because that's right in the middle of here, and it's right in the middle of that bar. Your median's 4. Does that make sense? We'll revisit that one on Wednesday as well, and we'll figure out how to get the average. So we can get all this stuff from the chart, and believe it or not, we're going to get damn close to the true values, and you'll see why as we talk. Cool? So for Wednesday, no homework. Don't do the center homework. We didn't get far enough today. I want to do some more analysis of. Yeah, there's a couple quizzes though. I can knock those out. Why not get those a shot? One's on the stuff kind of like we did today, and one's just a primer quiz, which we gave you the answer to today, if I remember correctly. 19% is roughly 1 in. There we go. Now we're talking. We'll see you guys on Wednesday.